Hi everyone. I have no idea if I'm live. I'm trying to do a restream on my new restream account. I'm hoping that this works. Supposedly it says I'm live on YouTube, but I hear a video somewhere. Let me close that. You are now live. It says that I am live. Okay, here we go. Let me check, guys. I'm just finding where I'm at. Oh, I am live. Oh, good. I'm live. Yes. Alexander, you're live. Thank you so much for confirming. Oh my goodness. Thank you very much. I'm using a new restream. And I should be able to see comments. Let me see what's happening here. Am I on live on, I wonder if I'm live on Facebook, because I am trying to do both channels. Let me see. I hope I am. I hope I am. Anyway, let's get started, guys. I'm very excited to be here, as always. What if anybody was with us this weekend? It was really, truly an amazing weekend. It was so much work to put up this event. But you know, the hard work paid off, and I'm very happy about the way it turned out. We have so many great comments. Hi, Mary Bon. Hi, Cedric. So good to see you guys. Good morning, Mary Bon. All right, so we are back. We are back on our challenge. And so we are doing 30 days in order to grow our energetic field. We are cultivating the field. We are doing energy work and meditation in order to get connected with the body, to try to understand where we have blockages, where we are having inability to create life force and move life force through the body. So let's get to work. The last of our meditation, let me just come over here and just a quick recall on where we left off for those of you that are new to this. The last meditation that we did was a solstice activation, which was super powerful. And that was day 22. So today we're doing day 23 of the meditation and in the challenge. I want to thank you so much for joining us and for doing this work with me. All right, let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at any kind of blockages in the subconscious mind. And one of the things that I kind of felt throughout the weekend, first of all, the energy this week is so wonderful. It's very fluid, it's very expansive, it's very bright, very light, and you can really feel it. And what's being activated this week is the upper levels of the body, the heart, the throat, the third eye. So let's work with these upper levels and prepare them for this expansion, cultivate that upper higher energy of the body. And with meditations and what we begin to do, some of the topics that have been coming up is that transformation point where we begin to lose an aspect of ourselves and begin to enter into a new aspect. Those little deaths that we talk about, this ending of the dark night of the soul and expanding into this new self. So let's meet the new self, the new aspect of ourselves, the aware, the more expansive aspect of ourselves, and work with them. So let's get started. We're going to start by inhaling deeply. Breathing deeply. Just taking a moment to connect with that breath. And literally, if you can put your hands on your body, on your chest, on your belly. Just feel the breath entering in and out. This is a wonderful technique to ground the body, to connect with the body. We touch all the terminations. The entire map of the body is located on the hands, just as it is on the ears, just as it is on the base of your feet. So we have the entire body is here. So as you touch your body, you're just remembering, as you press against the body, you're just awakening the parts of yourself and just reconnecting that cycle of energy. Breathing deeply. Okay. And as you breathe, with every breath you take, just notice how the energy goes in and out of the body. With every exhale, it's like you allow the energy to leave the body, and it has the opportunity to cleanse and purify itself with the life force of earth. And through earth, we begin to absorb into the body some clean energy that comes up to the crown of the head, creates a cleansing, activating aspect of itself, and releases through the nose. Okay, so we're going to begin to create a cycle through the body. Okay. Begin to create a cycle of the body. And what this does is that it moves any heaviness in the body, any heavy emotions, any fears, any sadness, every feelings of disconnect, feelings of not being connected to the whole. Okay? And as you begin to breathe through the body, creating this cycle, you're creating a cycle of energy. This is a very powerful Qigong exercise, actually. We're working with our environment wherever you are. If you are inside a house, if you're in a car, if you are walking in nature, for example, we're just going to visualize that every time we inhale into the body, we pull up from the earth, from the abundant, infinite source of the earth, golden healing light that comes into the body, nourishes the body, cleanses the body, and we exhale through the nose, allowing any kind of heaviness that we find, any emotions, any thoughts in the body begin to leave out and exhale. Okay? And we're going to, with our mind, we're going to create this cycle of movement through the body. Now, if you were there for my presentation yesterday, we talked about how the energy moves through the body. And so with our mind, we're just going to notice where it feels difficult to move this body, this life force, the breathing, the breath through the body. Breathing. Pausing in your life, taking a moment to just stop, taking a moment to breathe, taking a moment to come into a state of observation without judgment, without fear. Just sitting in that stillness, in that silence for a moment. And with your mind, visualizing that you're moving this life force through the body. And as you begin to move that life force through the body, just notice that your attention begins to spread out into your energetic field. Just sitting for a moment, observing the energetic field. Breathing deeply, moving the energy through the body. Okay. And you're going to become more aware of where the energy becomes stagnant. So today, if you are feeling sad, disconnected, lonely, angry, upset, stagnation, fear, lethargic, heavy, you're going to focus on the root chakra and just notice what you find there. And you can imagine that it's almost as if it's like a little tube of water that runs through your body, and that there's a lot of sediments that got stuck in that root area. And with the flow of water, with every breath you take, it's going to gently remove all of those sediments out until it's completely clear, allowing the energy to move through the body. And if you go up the body and continue to feel blockages as you go up your spine, up into the pineal gland, just continue moving the water, the energy, the life force. It's like water, but it's life force that moves through, dissolving any of those things that we feel are heavy in the body. And just allowing yourself to sit in that stillness as you do. Opening space for more, a more expansive perspective, a more expansive emotion, maybe even joy, maybe even love. Okay. Running that energy through the body. Breathing deeply. Go ahead and visualize that you're anchoring yourself down to the earth as you move this energy through the body. Grounding yourself. That means all five senses. You are aware of all five senses. Your mind is here. It's not in the past. It's not in the future. It's completely in the now. Observing that now. With every breath you take, just focusing on that breath, entering the body, leaving the body. Going up the spine as you go up from the root. Releasing any heaviness in the root. And the back of the body is where we store all of the emotions that we don't want to deal with. So go ahead and focus on the emotions that we don't want to deal with. Just observe them as you see them. We're just acknowledging them. And when we acknowledge them with the solar plexus, because the solar plexus is the emotional center. So you'll really feel here either resistance or acceptance. So notice what you're feeling more in your body as you go through these emotions. Do you feel resistance to feel and release that emotion? Or do you feel acceptance as you flow through the emotion quickly? The more we accept, the more we help the body go over that resistant point, the easier it is to flow. You're not only just allowing your entire body, training your body to work with the unknown, but you're also allowing more energy to move through the body. So keep that in mind as the intention while you move through these parts of yourself. Going up to the sacral. What's been sitting there? What's been hiding there? What doesn't want to be seen? Notice at the moment you begin to acknowledge everything that is there, it's almost as if more oxygen can fit into the body. It's almost as if all of that tension that you were holding on to has some space to release. Before that, you were holding on so tight to that. And this becomes an identity. This becomes the information that informs our personality. So we begin to release that and allow more flow to move through. Breathing deeply. Going up into the solar plexus now. You're going up the back of your spine to everything that's stored in the back of the body, in the solar plexus. All of the emotions that we don't want to see, all of the fears, all the anxieties that are sitting there, just gently observing, acknowledging. And every time an emotion comes up, you just gently challenge that emotion. You look at it. Is it true? Is it true that you are that? Is it true that you are lonely? Is it true that you are sad? And if so, why? Is it true that you need to be sad for that reason? Just take a look at that. Keep going as you review these emotions. Observing without any judgment of any kind. Going up into the heart now. So this is where we want to pay attention today because the heart center is very open today. So go ahead and tune into the heart, the whole system, from the back of your spine to the front of the body, the chest, the thymus. Go ahead and connect there. What's the information that's stored there, that's stagnant, that hasn't been released? Go ahead and sit with everything that's there for a moment, observing. You might discover things that you never were aware of, things that you didn't know you felt or thought. And oftentimes the emotions that come up in these areas might be very powerful. As you feel the discomfort in your body, sit with the discomfort and notice that as you sit with it, it gently softens. It begins to lessen and lessen until it completely dissipates. This is how you feel an emotion completely. And this is where you can observe any kind of thoughts, emotions that arise from that emotion. Breathing deeply. Inhaling that pure life force in the body. Exhaling what doesn't serve. Any tension, emotional stagnation. Going up to the throat, just focusing there. Notice all of the stagnant things that we don't want to know, that we don't want to hear, that we don't want to say, that we resist saying, that we resist speaking our truth. Notice how many emotions are encoded within just that one thought. Feelings of unworthiness, feelings of mistrust, feelings of fear, feelings of separation, and just observing them. Are they true? Going up into the third eye now. Now this is where we begin to enter a very complex field, the holographic center. We go into the higher dimensional planes here in the third eye. So as you begin to enter the realm of intuition, you begin to notice a connection that connects to the entire world. Go ahead and notice that through the third eye, we are connected to everyone, to all. This is the information center, the collective information center of the whole organism. So first observe any kind of hidden emotions, fears, doubts around the intuition. Your ability to use your intuition, your trust in your intuition, and just gently sit with the emotions that are stored there that we don't want to see, that we don't want to know. Perhaps we're afraid of truth. Perhaps we're afraid of seeing things as they really are. Take a moment to sit with that fear. Acknowledge whatever you feel. Acknowledge the emotions that arise. Allow your body to become acquainted with feeling the emotion by sitting still with it. Just introducing the body to all the information that's within it, because that's what these emotions are for. They provide us information. First you feel it physically in the body, then it gives you information. Images enter the mind, thoughts, words, emotions. As this multidimensional information begins to unpack, your body will feel it in different ways. It'll feel it physically, it'll feel it vibrationally, it'll hear it as words, as thoughts. This is how you begin to unpack an emotion. This is how you unpack trauma within the body. So as you observe the information that begins to kind of expand from that emotion, observe all of the things that occur without any judgment, but observe your body, because your body is the one that is used to the mechanical response. And so if you hear something like fear or anger or not good enough, your body will more than likely clench up in the part of the body that's holding that thought. And sometimes we can feel sick or nauseous because these emotions are overwhelming. but they're emotions that we felt for a very long time. As a matter of fact, our entire life is surrounded around these heavy, sickening emotions sometimes because we haven't processed them. So taking the moment to observe, and once you sit with that emotion, after you observe it and observe it and observe it, all of those discomfortable feelings begin to gently dissolve, and all that's left is a thought. Sometimes we feel afraid to stay in this part and go past this part and feel this discomfort. But stay with yourself. You are dissolving a trigger at this moment. If you allow your body to feel that discomfort, the next time something triggers that discomfort, it will not feel this way again because you are familiar with it, you know what the information is about. So now you will understand another possible way to deal with that trigger. So notice as you feel the emotion more in your body, it tends to go down to the lower parts of the body, triggering the solar, the sacral, the root. And this is where the memory of this emotion lives. Breathing deeply. Never let yourself get stuck in the sensation of emotional information. Always wake yourself up, because these heavy traumatic emotions bring us back into hypnosis, because we go into fight or flight, we go into survival mode. And so because it feels so uncomfortable, the body, its automatic response to preserve itself, will check out and take you into hypnosis. Either you're going to feel the emotion and get stuck in that, and you're going to want to get up and from your meditation and walk away, or you're going to be able to sit with that emotion, and oftentimes it'll be so much too difficult to feel, so you're going to want to just move through it quickly and get to the next thing in order to avoid the feelings that it's causing you. So remember that whatever you're ignoring is growing. You're literally creating that is the largest part of yourself. So what we want to do is feel those emotions with every breath you take. Okay. So as you feel that emotion, breathing deeply, as you begin to move through the heaviness of the emotion, you ask yourself the question, what do I need to know from this emotion? What does this emotion make me feel about myself? Okay. And as another emotion arises, another part of your body will light up. Take your focus to that part of the body and just sit again. And now lighter and lighter. Breathing deeply. Now you will notice that the discomfort is no longer there. So you have literally walked your body through processing an emotion. Next time you are triggered by something that causes that emotion, you will not respond in the same way. There will be a pause. So now that you have in your third eye begun to unpack all of those things, I want you to focus again on your third eye. And go ahead and tune in to see any kind of remaining fears, anxieties, doubts that might revolve around your intuition. As you begin to see that, observe the emotions that come up here. And just sit with them still, watch them. Observe them until they begin to dissipate. Breathing deeply. Okay. Very good. Go ahead and see yourself as if you're looking down at yourself meditating. Surround your body in a golden sphere of light, allowing the body to absorb this healing earth energy from earth, enveloping your entire body in this golden healing from earth. Continuing to feel the flow of energy that moves through the body, cycling through the body. Breathing. And I want you to begin to tune in to something that makes you really happy. Something that brings you joy. Immense amount of joy. What is that? Recognize the feeling of love. Recognize the feeling of joy. And begin to feel that, bring that feeling into the body. Allow the memory of the body to recall the sensations around the feeling of love and joy. This is how you change the vibration of the body. Starting at the toes, the ankles, the shins, the calves, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the solar plexus, the chest, allowing the heart to feel this love. Noticing that the heart expands wider. Going up to the throat. Expanding. Going up to the third eye, expanding. Surrounding your entire body in this gold healing love. Changing any kind of thoughts, any emotions, any busyness, any judgment that you felt throughout your day. Just gently dissolve as you bring yourself back into the present where you can always find this love. And this is a love that is not romantic. It is the connection, the union, the remembrance of the connection to the source that is available through this vessel, through this sacred vessel of the body. And just embodying that awareness. Breathing deeply. Okay, and as you breathe in that, you begin to become aware of the higher levels of your body in your crown. In your 9th chakra. Okay, go ahead and tune into the field of the 9th dimensional plane of your body. The 10th dimensional plane of your body. The 11th dimensional plane of your body. Becoming aware. Setting the intention that as we become more aware, in dream time we will begin to be lucid. We will begin to remember, to wake up within the dream. The same way we wake up here within this dream. And we set the intention that we travel to the places that we need our higher self in order to expand and to bring back more of that light into the physical body, the physical experience, healing the body, activating the body, aligning ourselves with people, places, and things that are in alignment with ourselves, with our journey. Going up to the 10th, to the 11th. Becoming aware of our interdimensional aspects of ourselves, the parts of us that require awareness at all times. The unity consciousness of being a part of a whole, of an organism as a light, seeing yourself as a light, either in this dimension or other dimensions. So anchoring that awareness in the body, anchoring that knowing in the body, that we are more than just this physical, we are more than just this life. Going up to the 12th as we begin to enter the realms of light bodies. Go ahead and connect with all of the aspects of yourself that reside within this realm of light bodies. Begin to see yourself as all of these lights, these aspects of yourself, fragments of yourself that are operating on much higher levels. Go ahead and meet them, see them before you. Connect with them. Remember them. This is you. And any time that you feel alone, disconnected, abandoned, this is where you come to yourself on the highest level to remember that there is no separation between you and anything. You begin to tune in to universal truths. And we maintain that search for universal truth and anchor it into this body, anchor it into our lives, into the work that we do. Go ahead and observe yourself at work, embodying this universal truth. What do you look like as you do this? How are your relationships different? Notice how the stress begins to leave the body from what you do. It feels more intentional, more conscious. Notice how you begin to react in your personal, intimate relationships. As you see your partner perhaps in a different light, as you see them through universal truth. You see yourself as universal truth. Beyond the physical. How is it different? Where does your energy go in this relationship? Does it go for creation or counter-creation? Does it go into a change where you no longer are here with this partner? Or you take the partnership deeper? Notice that. This is where we see truths that we cannot hide, that we know on the highest level. And whatever it is, it's just information for you to see. Use it as you wish. Okay, see yourselves in your families. As you begin to see yourself as universal truth and your families from the eyes of universal truth, just observe the dynamics. How does that change the way you interact with them? Notice where there is resistance still. And if there isn't resistance, continue flowing, noticing, observing. Taking a look at your life, your existence, whether you feel fulfilled in the life that you lead. Look at it from the eyes of universal truth. Is this being that you are navigating the earth plane? Is it doing what it wants to do in alignment with its highest expression? If not, what needs to change? Maybe there's some insight on what we're supposed to be doing. Maybe we realize what we do is not actually what we're supposed to be doing. Or maybe we realize that it's exactly what we need to be doing. And what needs to change is the way we do it. Perhaps more balance, more self-compassion, more love. Notice how all of the limiting beliefs, all the limitations, fears, the stress around the things that we are usually stressed about begin to look foreign, begin to look unnecessary. And then you look at yourself from the eyes of universal truth. You begin to observe the parts of you that are still lying to yourself about things that you do, things that you say, inconsistencies, incongruencies, just observing them with love, with compassion. Why does this being behave this way? Or perhaps you see yourself as someone full of light, full of love. What do they need in order to continue thriving in that light? Are there changes that need to happen in the life in order to expand in this direction? Or are you exactly where you need to be? See yourself with love, with compassion, with acceptance. Notice the fears that you have. Love them. Love yourself. As if a child that feels separate from the whole, that feels mistrust in the self, embrace that child. Allow that child to feel the safety of the universe, the safety of love, the safety of itself connected to the whole. And dissolve all of its fears, all of its doubts, all of its anger, its helplessness, its frustration. Introduce it to that feeling of universal love, universal truth, where it can recognize itself as something far greater than just the identity of the body. Breathing deeply. This is how you activate the higher body. You are in the 12th dimensional plane. In this plane, everything is unity. Universal truths are the laws of creation. Go ahead and go up to the 13th dimensional plane. As you see nothing but vibrational frequency, look down at your body. What color are you? Is your light bright or dim? Is it heavy and stagnant in the lower parts of your body, or is it lucid, flowing in light? Is it bright and expansive? Look down at your body, and you will understand everything that your organism needs in order to help the organism. What color is it? Colors are filled with information, filled with important keys for sustainability of this organism, for expansion, for evolution of the organism. Because within it are patterns of light, information, just in these colors. And from that vibrational frequency of the 13th dimension, bring a white light that begins to surround your body as you look down on it. And allow this white light to surround you as if it's creating a cocoon. Let that white light go in, penetrating into the field, into all of your dimensional planes, into the physical body, into the pores, the flesh, the muscles, the bones. Going down to the cellular level as you now see yourself as an orb of cells. Notice in this orb of cells if there's any kind of dark aspects, stagnation that is still sitting in that space, and gently imagine that you're just removing those things from this organism, letting that go. Until all you see is an orb of your cells. Now, coming back into the form of the physical body, you're going to anchor your light from the crown of your head down the perineum, down to the center of the earth, anchoring the connection up to Source. Bringing your full awareness to your physical body now as you look from the inside out, as you begin to observe the stillness of your body, the buzzing that you feel in the body, the connection that you feel to the universe, the awareness that you are safe. And you're going to gently bring yourself back into the room. And as you open your eyes, just begin to connect with everything around you. Okay? And just observe, just watching. Very good. So allow yourself to carry this out throughout the day, and any time that you feel stuck or stagnant, begin to move through the body until you get up to the higher levels and you can anchor, you can remember that unity, because there is never separation. You are that universe. You are all of these things. We just forget because we become hypnotized with the external. We just need to go inside and see the real world. The real world is actually within. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. Cedric, thank you so much for that super chat. Oh my God, I really appreciate that so much. So much love to you. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you have an incredible day. Shout out to everyone that's here. Joey, thank you so much. Susanna, hello. Pono, so good to see you. David Heinrich, so good to see you. Namaste. Anita, so good to see you. One love. Oh, you're not late. You're right on time. Eugene, so great to see you. Danielle. Felt bliss today. Afloat. Lightweight. In thought, like walking in the clouds. No emotions or heaviness. I sat under the oak tree with sun setting and felt a cool airflow. That's so beautiful. Today was amazing energy, I agree. And in nature, even nature was very just peaceful, just restorative. So Grandmaster UV, so good to see you. Mary Bond, thank you. One love. Angelina, thank you so much. Angelina Sedeno, how are you? It's so good to see you. One love. I've been experiencing heart palpitations the last few days. Wow. That's very interesting. That's been a lot of energy going on, huh? Cedric, a major shout out to you for the super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All my love to you. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.